guys, welcome to the top 10 authors that I would like to read in 2022. I did this last year as well, and these aren't necessarily all debut authors. Some of them are older authors that I would just like to finally read. In general, the list it starts with some existing authors that are older and have been publishing for a while that I'd really like to read. Goes into some debut authors, and then there are some Kindle Unlimited authors that have been publishing for quite a while that I would like to start reading some books from. So I will just start going through the list, and it is a little bit random. Some of these aren't real popular authors. Some of them are just ones I've been curious about for a while, so I'll go through it. The first author on the list is Jeff Summers. He writes the Avery Cates series. The first book in that series is called The Electric Church. It is a cyberpunk series that I added to my list as a want to read kind of mid-2021, but never really got to it. So it's supposed to be this very weird cyberpunk type of world, and he's got a whole big series written in that world, and I would like to at least read the first book in it, The Electric Church, and see how I like it. The second book on my list is a bit of a cheat because I've kind of read this author before, but this is under a different nom de plume. She's writing as Milla Vane now, and this is a pen name for Melham Brooke, who wrote the Iron Sea series, but under Milla Vane, she's writing, I think it's kind of like a historical fantasy series. It's called The Gathering of Dragons. I've really been wanting to read this because I love the Iron Seas series. I thought Melham Brooks did a really good job of world building and great characters, and there's some romance in there and adventure and action. So I really would like to read the books she's written as Milla Vane. So hopefully I will be able to get to that. The next is completely random, and that is Nicholas Sparks. I have never read a Nicholas Sparks book. I know he's super popular, and I had put The Notebook on my list to read. It's listed as like one of the best romance novels of all time or something like that. And I don't know if that's true, but I would like to read a Nicholas Sparks book. A lot of people really enjoy him as an author. So number 3 on the list is him. Now we get into some debut authors, and most of these books I already have for review, so I will be reading them. But, they're debut authors I'd like to check out. The first one on the list is Maria Adelman. She's going to be releasing a book called How to Be Eaten, and it's a classic, it's kind of a weird mashup. It's basically classic fairy tale characters who are portrayed as modern women in a support group. So they're trying to help each other through all the weird fairy tale crises they've been in. I think it sounds like a really interesting premise, and as her debut, I believe this is her debut novel, and I would really like to read it and just see how she is an author, because that just sounds like a lot of fun to me. All right, the next debut author is Leslie Vedder. Her debut novel is The Bone Spindle. This is supposed to be a humorous young adult, like fairy tale mashup type of book. I always enjoy fairy tale mashups. There's like a theme here. The last ones have been fairy tale mashups. But very excited to read that and just see how it ends up and see if she's going to be one of those new great authors that does a great job with fairy tale retellings. All right, the next one is also a debut author, and that's Gina Chen. Her debut novel is Violet Made of Thorns, and this sounds like a really interesting fantasy. It's about I believe it's like an oracle or seer, a woman who's the court oracle or seer who doesn't really have very good oracle or seer power, so she lies a lot of her predictions and try to kind of move things in her favored direction, and the prince or king of the realm kind of figures her out. And it sounds really interesting and fun, and I am excited to read that, and I think that would hopefully Gina Chen will be a great new young adult fantasy author. All right, let's see where we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 7th author that I really want to read in 2022 is another debut author, and that is Anne Fraistat. Her debut novel is What We Harvest. This just sounded very creepy and interesting. It's a book about a girl who lives in a small town, and the woods started kind of getting infected by some disease, or the plants or something like that, and then the people start to get it too. And it sounds kind of like a creepy zombie slash Lovecraftian mashup. Anyways, I'm not sure what it's actually going to be, but I do have a review and I'm excited to read it. And I always enjoy authors who do these weird kind of quirky books. So hopefully Anne Fraistat will be a great author to start reading. And then this one is one, it probably should have been up with above, but it's an author who has published some strange kind of weird books that I've seen on some best novels of the year list as we get to the end of 2021 here. And that's Anthony Doerr. Doerr, I think that's how you say that, Doerr. And he wrote both Cloud Cuckoo Land and All the Light We Cannot See. I've read the synopsis for Cloud Cuckoo Land and I'd really like to read that book. I think it sounds really interesting. And All the Light We Cannot See sounds pretty good as well. So I would just like to kind of read his books and check him out as an author. It sounds very creative and very different. And I think I would probably really enjoy it. Now we get, the last two are some Kindle Unlimited authors that I would like to read. I've had them on my Amazon wish list to try and remember to pick up books by them. The first one is Dan Willis. He writes the Arcane Casebook series. And this is a Depression era sort of investigative urban fantasy series. I've been wanting to read it for quite a while. Just sounds really good. There's a lot of books on Kindle Unlimited for it, and I think I would enjoy it. And then the last author on the list that I want to read in 2022 is Angela M. Hudson. She writes a couple different series, the Dark Secret series and the Evernight Phase series. The one that really caught my eye was the Evernight Phase series, but she does seem to be one of those very prolific Kindle Unlimited authors. I found a lot of really good authors through Kindle Unlimited. So Annette Marie is one, and then Elizabeth Hunter and Shannon Mayer. A lot of these authors that I have just really enjoyed their books. K.F. Breen is another one I'm really enjoying, and they just, in general, it's more like fun, lighthearted, very easy to read, very fun, I said fun already, high energy types of books that are just nice, quick reads that are a good escape. So I'm looking forward to trying some more authors that really frequent Kindle Unlimited books. All right, so those are the top 10 authors I want to read in 2022. And again, not all these are debuts. Some of them are just new to me. Some of them are existing, Kindle Unlimited authors. Some of them are very famous, like Nicholas Sparks, I've just never read. I am going to follow this up with the top 20 books I want to read in 2022. Most of the books I want to read tend to be from authors I've already read. So I tried to take any of the books that I want to read there from new authors and put them in this list. I do think there might be a couple. I'm looking through that list now. There actually are no books on my top 20 books in 2022 that are written by authors I haven't read before. So this top 10 authors one is kind of a way for me to broaden my pool of authors I'm interested in. And I thought I would share it with you guys. If you have authors that are either new or existing that you haven't read yet that you're really excited to read in 2022, please comment down below. I'm always looking for new books and new authors to check out. Anyways, I hope you have a great week of reading, and I will talk to you later. Bye.